Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me at the market site in Times Square, we have Charlie Brown. He's the managing director on Nasdaq's Market Intelligence desk with our midday update. And Charlie, you would think, the past 24 hours, the news cycle has been quite incredible. Major averages reversing what were significant lows on the futures this morning.
Significant lows. I think as details came forward on the fact that it was almost like an orchestrated strike, that we had a lot of warning before, and it was merely a slap in the face to us, really eased tensions over and provided another risk-on marketplace for us.
All right, let's take a look at our first chart of the day here. We're looking at the S&P 500, oil, Iran. There's really a lot moving the futures market around.
Yeah, this really explained what we were just talking about, but you can see the whole role reversal. In fact, on the S&P on the top, that whole V shape there is within a half an hour, and that's a 100-point move on the S&P when details became available that it really was just an airstrike that didn't cause any casualties. As a result, too, there was also fear in the marketplace that oil was going to get disrupted by something that Iran was going to do. That wasn't the case, and oil started trading down as a result.
Yeah, it's so interesting with oil, and the energy sector overall doesn't have as much weighting as it used to in the S&P 500, so oil down about 5%. Right. I think the energy sector is only down about 1%.
That's correct.
So
yes,
you didn't
exactly.
see too much damage in the S&P 500. Moving along to our next chart here, this is Shanghai Composite, and Brian has been pointing out some interesting levels on this chart.
Right, it's something a little bit differently that we want to talk about. We talk about all the U.S. indexes performing so well in 2019. Well, the Shanghai did well, fairly well too. The last 4 weeks of the year was up 7%. Overall, for 2019, it was up about 25.3%. It's up a little over 3% last week, but the key thing we're looking at right now is it's starting to break through a resistance level at the 30-50 level. As it breaks through this resistance level and it keeps going, it's got about an 8% increase potential to go up to about 33.50. So while it's not at the levels that we're at in 2018, those highs, it looks like 2020 will have the potential to match what we did in 2019.
All right, moving along here, not much going on for the rest of the week in terms of earnings, but really they kick into full swing next week.
Right.
That's going to be key because with markets at all-time highs, you're going to have to see some performance in these earnings reports.
We are. I think people are cautiously optimistic at the moment based on what we had for 2019, but everything looks fairly positive with this whole geopolitical stuff put on the back burner. I think people are a little more optimistic coming into next week. All
right, Charlie, thanks as always for joining me at MarketSite. And thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.